Well, hello from the road in the data bus, obviously. So we've been in the bus for about 2 months now, and this is our first, not an extended road trip, but a real road trip, I suppose. So we spent the fourth with some friends in Paso Robles, who we haven't seen for a few years, and that was a really good experience. And then headed down to LA. Last night we had dinner with my niece and my daughter and some friends in Studio City. We stayed in the Hollywood RV Park, which was had a lot of character and actually was a nice little RV park with a lot of art and very, very Hollywood-esque. But the purpose of this post is to talk tech. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that my audio quality sounds like I'm on the road. Quite honestly, the reason that I'm using my Bose headphones as a microphone and not my higher quality Blue Snowball microphone is because I'm missing an adapter. And this has all been kind of part of the experience as we've downsized since I don't have access to the crates and crates full of cables and adapters and usual tech. I'm missing an adapter, and so I'll need to pick that up so that I can use that microphone in the future. But the purpose of this post is to talk about the state of our tech. So as you can see, the desk is installed. So over my shoulder here, this is in the bedroom slide, which is all brought in right now while we're going down the freeway. So it's very compact, but you can see that my stand-up desk folds up. It's kind of like a Murphy bed with a little arm on it and a clasp that holds it in place. It's all very secure. I've got the router. I've got my Wi-Fi router up in the top cabinet, but all of the other tech is down here with the antenna up on top, and then I've got a 34-inch curved monitor back here. You can see that I have pool noodles on the edges to protect it, speakers velcroed onto the desk, and a whiteboard back there. And that's all working really well. But let's talk about how I came to select the PepWave router and how that installation went. And so let's zip over, and I'll talk you through what the last week was like before we headed out on the road. But one of the best resources that I found was the Mobile Internet Resource Center. And here you can see one of the videos that Chris and Cherie have recorded. They've done hundreds and hundreds of these videos. Very, very high quality, very focused, very good stuff. They sent us to Mobile Must Have, which is that they're a PepWave dealer, and they handle a lot of supporting equipment. They have these bundles that are very affordable. They provide support, just excellent stuff. So this is the bundle that I selected. This is the PepWave Max Transit Duo router. Now I looked at Cradlepoint, I looked at MoFi routers, I looked at a bunch of different routers. This is the one that I decided on. Very, very happy with that selection. And that's paired up with this Husky antenna. It's a 7-1 antenna from Parsec. We had that installed by Dave and LJ's up in Woodland, Washington, and they occupy an entire warehouse. And so here's the data bus last week, or a week before, I guess, where we brought that in, and in 2 days, they ripped the whole bedroom slide apart. They opened everything up. You can see they pulled the washer and dryer out to pull wires. They installed the router, the antennas, pulled cables. They built new shelves for us. And so here's their crew working on a number of different things. They put up a green screen. There's the PepWave router installed in my tech cabinet. And then here's their cabinet maker working on the desk. And then a couple of their techs working up on top, installing that Husky antenna, which you see they pulled cable up there. I also have another cable pulled into one of the rear bins for a telescoping pole that will be attached to the ladder for a directional antenna. And so there's the Husky antenna that's nice and sealed up on top. And I've been really happy with the reception that I'm getting out of that. And then additionally, I went to Alternative Wireless. I've got this Yagi directional antenna with a telescoping pole on the way. So how does connectivity actually work on the road? Well, the PepWave router, and PepWave is one of a couple of companies that make commercial grade high performance network routers. This is an LTE router. The 5G routers are starting to come out this way. But one of the things that I learned, because I thought, oh, 5G is the new thing, and that's what the telecom companies are really advertised right now, is that they're expanding their 5G networks. One of the things that I've discovered is that when you're on the road, 5G is really not available to you for the most part. 5G is typically higher frequencies, which means much shorter broadcast ranges. Stronger signals with more data throughput. So it's great. If you're near a big city and you've got T-Mobile and you're on their 5G network, I can use my phone as a hotspot, and that works just fine. But once you get away from the city, 5G is generally just not a thing. And so we're relying on LTE, which is, 4G and on down, and having a really good experience with this. So the way that the PepWave works, much like Cradlepoint, and there are a couple of other brands on the market that have mobile carrier support, is the Max Transit Duo router actually has 4 SIM slots. And it supports 2 carriers simultaneously. It'll either switch between them, or it can combine the signals and assign different carrier signals to different devices in the rig. And it will also relay Wi-Fi. So let's say that we're in an RV park and they happen to have decent Wi-Fi. We found, generally speaking, that RV parks don't have very good Wi-Fi. Even if it's a strong signal, generally they've throttled the speed. So typically maybe between 2 and 6, maybe 8 Mbps down. Upload speeds are usually pretty slow, and then the lag time is what's really slow, because they're relaying the signal all over the park. So we found, generally speaking, that park Wi-Fi is not the thing that we want to rely on for business. And then I maintain plans with both Verizon and T-Mobile. You could also use AT&T. Generally speaking, Verizon has faster data and more coverage. However, T-Mobile tends to be a little more affordable. I did get an unlimited Verizon plan through a third party. Generally speaking, you can get these unlimited plans, but they're grandfathered plans that usually come through pager companies and through deals through kind of brokered through other companies. So you have to be a little creative. And the Mobile Internet Resource Center have a lot of information about different plans. You can generally get a plan with a lot of data, or an unlimited plan for $50 or $60 a month. Our T-Mobile plan, I believe, is about $50 for 100 gigabytes, and then the Verizon Unlimited plan is $55 a month. So we maintain plans with both of those carriers, and then the PepWave router will simply switch. It'll either combine or it'll switch depending on which signal is stronger and which carrier is more reliable in a particular area. And it'll also switch to the Wi-Fi. And then if you really want to, and we haven't done this, you can actually maintain 2 plans with each of your 2 carriers, and it will actually combine and aggregate those. I haven't had to do that. But this has been a good experience. We've been in RV parks, we've been in campgrounds, we've been close to cities and far away from cities. And I would say that at least 90% of the time we have very good coverage. So that's where we are today. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the road.